Hello friends, there's a big windstorm going on today and thousands of people in Michigan are without power. And I'm betting a bunch of you have a generator that won't start. Well, I'm here today to help you get your generator up and running and to give you advice on preventative maintenance, because your generator doesn't send you a text message saying I'm going to fail on the 30th of next month. You need to take an active role to keep it running so it'll be ready when you need it. So let's say your generator has sat around for a year, 6 months, whatever, and now you've went to pull the cord and it won't start. Odds are you have a clogged fuel system, you have bad gas in it, and if you're fortunate, you'll be able to get away with just a flush and start. And today we're going to show you how to do that and get your generator up and running in no time and hopefully at no expense. The first thing you're going to want to do is turn off the fuel valve coming out of the tank if there is one, and then remove the carburetor cover plate. On this older Tecumseh, it takes 2 Phillips screws and a 5/16 or 8mm open end wrench or socket, and then this whole plate comes right off. Once that's off, that'll expose the carburetor and bowl assembly, and we're going to use a 13mm wrench to remove the bottom bowl nut, and then gently pull the bowl off of the bottom of the carburetor. And here's the nut. You can see it's threaded, it's made out of brass, and it has holes that go right through the center that act as a jet and allow it to pick up fuel from the bottom of the bowl and suck it up into the carburetor. So that's the first thing you gotta check, is to make sure that's clean all the way through. And you can see in this picture here that this one is. And you also need to look down through the center and make sure there's no debris blocking the hole that comes up from the bottom. If there is, we're going to obtain a small needle or wire, possibly a welder tip cleaning tool, along with some carburetor cleaner, and gently push it through all of those holes to clean it out so that you have good, steady fuel flow through the system. This is the tool I use to clean all of my carburetor tips and little channels and jets with. If you can use recreational grade fuel or add stable to your fuel when you fill the tank, it'll help prevent these problems. Here's a close-up look at the bowl nut intake jets that we've seen on this particular model. You can see the holes through it and how it works. Some of them have an extra hole here at the top of the threads that you need to make sure that's cleaned out as well, or else you won't get a smooth idle. It'll run at high RPMs, but it won't idle. So look and see if it has this extra hole in the top. Usually those are on the power screw models, which this one isn't. This one's just a standard screw like this. Also inspect your bowl. If your bowl is heavily corroded or rusty, you'll need to replace it. Here's a close-up diagram of how the bottom nut, power screw, and bowl go together. We're all back together. We've reinserted the 13mm bowl nut jet combination on the bottom. Gonna add some fresh gas to it. First pull, started right up. If you're not going to buy the recreational fuel, then I've always recommended adding a little bit of stable storage solution to your fuel. And I add it right to the gas can before I even pour it into the generator. That way we're sure it's mixed well and it's good to go. And this uses 1 ounce for every 2.5 gallons. It's got graduated ounces marked on the side, so right now it's at 7 ounces. So we're going to take 2 ounces out and put in the can, because we're going to get 5 gallons worth of fuel. It's 5. Alright, now we got our 2 ounces of stable in there. So even if we don't get the recreational fuel, we will be covered for a little while at least. Like I say, I still recommend the rec fuel if you have a chance to get it and if it's available in the area where you live. But you see how fast that generator started back up as soon as we flushed the fuel out and cleaned that jet out? That's something you could do yourself. Save some money, do it yourself. You know, if you had to take it to a shop, that would have probably been $75 to $100. Maybe $50 if you know someone who does it. But you did it yourself, and then you didn't have to take it to a shop because the power's out. You need your generator right away. You can do this. And if you're having problems, feel free to comment or message me, and I will help walk you through it. Get your generator running in no time and be back up with power in your house. See, we have lights on right there, and we'll leave it on until the power comes back on. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.